Saudi Arabia, a country often misunderstood, surrounded by mystery, intrigue, and misconceptions, often known in America only for oil, deserts, or headlines about wealth. But behind those stereotypes lies a deeply fascinating culture shaped by traditions, generosity, hospitality, family values, resilience, and community spirit. Today, we're not talking politics, wealth, or oil. We're talking about the Saudi people themselves and the valuable, subtle life lessons their culture quietly teaches. What if, beneath the surface, Saudi culture held insights that Americans could deeply benefit from today? Lessons in generosity, community bonds, family responsibility, hospitality, patience, humility, spirituality, adaptability. Let's explore together what Americans could genuinely learn from the Saudi people, not stereotypes, but human truths quietly lived every day. 1. Hospitality. In Saudi Arabia, hospitality is sacred. Guests aren't just welcomed, they're deeply honored, warmly cared for, genuinely respected. Visiting homes, you'll find abundant food, endless warmth, sincere kindness. Strangers treated as honored friends, generously cared for, and warmly embraced. In America, hospitality sometimes feels transactional, limited, cautious, convenient. Saudis remind us powerfully. Hospitality reflects generosity of heart, genuine human connection, not convenience or obligation. Imagine an America genuinely hospitable, generous, welcoming, sincere, not transactional or superficial. 2. Family bonds foundation of life. In Saudi culture, family is foundational. Multiple generations live closely, sharing resources, meals, advice, hardships, celebrations. Family gatherings are frequent, mandatory, deeply meaningful. In America, independence often dominates family connections loosened. Generations live separately, isolation grows. Saudi families teach powerfully. Family isn't optional, it's essential, supportive, foundational. Imagine an America strengthened by family connections, generations closely bonded, emotionally supported, culturally strengthened. 3. Respect for elders. Saudi Arabia deeply respects elders, older generations cherished, cared for, listened to, honored for experience and wisdom. Elders aren't isolated. They're central to families, decisions, traditions. Their guidance shapes younger generations' values, choices, and identity. In America, elderly people often feel marginalized, loneliness common, isolation growing, respect declining. Saudis remind clearly, elders hold cultural memory, wisdom, and emotional strength. Imagine an America respecting elders deeply, not isolating or marginalizing them, but cherishing their wisdom, strengthening family bonds, guiding younger generations. 4. Generosity. Saudi culture values generosity. People share abundantly with strangers, neighbors, family. Food, money, time, resources freely shared, quietly given. Generosity isn't performance, it's quiet, natural daily life. In America, generosity sometimes feels conditional, public, transactional. Saudis teach powerfully. True generosity quietly gives without expectation or recognition. Imagine an America quietly generous not for recognition but human kindness, emotional connection, community strength. 5. Patience. Saudi culture values patience deeply. Life unfolds naturally, calmly at its own pace. Decisions carefully considered, conversations unhurried, time respected deeply. In America, impatience dominates. We demand instant results, instant answers, instant gratification. Saudis gently remind clearly. Patience strengthens emotional maturity, relationships, decisions. Imagine in America embracing patience, not anxiety or urgency, but calm reflection, thoughtful decisions, healthier emotional lives. 6. Spirituality. Saudi Arabia deeply integrates spirituality into daily life prayers regularly observed, faith guiding daily decisions, spirituality shaping relationships, community, emotional health. In America, spirituality is sometimes compartmentalized, limited to weekends, occasional rituals, or emergencies. Saudis teach clearly. Spirituality strengthens emotional resilience, ethical decisions, community bonds. Imagine an America more spiritually grounded, not just religious, but emotionally resilient, ethically thoughtful, deeply reflective. 7. We over me. Saudi culture deeply values community responsibility. Neighbors care for each other. Families support struggling members. Communities share burdens collectively. Individual success important, but collective well-being essential. In America, individualism dominates personal achievements valued, community bonds weakening, loneliness growing. Saudis remind clearly, collective well-being strengthens communities, reduces isolation, deepens human connection. Imagine an America deeply connected, collectively responsible, not isolated individual success, but shared community prosperity. 8. Thriving through change. Saudi Arabia rapidly evolving societal changes, economic shifts, cultural transformations constant. Yet Saudis adapt flexibly, creatively, positively. Change embraced as growth, creativity, opportunity not resisted fearfully. In America, change often feared uncertainty creates anxiety, resistance common, adaptation difficult. Saudis teach powerfully. Adaptability, essential survival skill, flexibility strengthens emotional resilience, creativity, prosperity. Imagine an America embracing change fearlessly flexible, resiliently adaptive, creatively thriving through challenges. 9. Modesty and humility. Saudi culture deeply values modesty and humility. Success enjoyed quietly, achievements not loudly celebrated, modesty culturally expected. Humility not weakness, it's quiet confidence, emotional maturity, genuine strength. In America, boasting often rewarded loud confidence, self-promotion, celebrity worship common. Saudis gently teach clearly. Humility is strength, modesty is dignity. Imagine in America quietly confident achievements genuinely enjoyed, humility culturally celebrated, modesty deeply valued. 10. Pride in traditions. Saudi Arabia deeply values cultural traditions, language preserved, clothing cherished, music respected, rituals maintained. Cultural pride strengthens identity, community, emotional belonging. In America, traditions sometimes overlooked, modernity embraced fully, history forgotten, cultural identity weakened. Saudis teach clearly. Cultural traditions strengthen identity, emotional belonging, and community bonds. Imagine an America proud of diverse traditions, culturally rich, historically conscious, emotionally connected, and community strengthened. Final thoughts? Quiet wisdom from a misunderstood nation. So, what could Americans genuinely learn from Saudi people? Genuine hospitality reflecting kindness, emotional generosity, family bonds deeply foundational, emotionally supportive, elderly respect preserving wisdom, emotional strength, cultural memory, quiet generosity naturally given, deeply heartfelt, patience strengthening emotional maturity, thoughtful decisions, spirituality deeply integrated, emotionally resilient, ethically grounded, community responsibility strengthening collective well-being, reducing isolation, adaptability thriving creatively, fearlessly flexible, humility quietly confident, emotionally mature, genuinely strong, cultural preservation strengthening identity, emotional belonging, community bonds. Saudi Arabia, despite complexities, stereotypes, misconceptions, gently offers timeless human wisdom America could deeply benefit from today. These lessons aren't Saudi, they're profoundly universal human truths quietly thriving in Saudi culture. America, struggling with anxiety, isolation, impatience, spiritual emptiness, weakened community bonds, loneliness, boasting culture, identity confusion, could deeply enrich itself embracing these gentle, quiet truths. Perhaps the wisdom America needs today isn't louder, faster, flashier, but gentler, subtler, quieter, patient, respectful, humble, spiritually grounded, emotionally resilient. Perhaps America's greatest teachers aren't politicians, entrepreneurs, celebrities, but quiet cultures, quietly living profound wisdom, gently, patiently, respectfully. Saudi Arabia gently reminds clearly. Real strength quietly endures patiently. Real generosity genuinely gives quietly. Real families deeply support each other emotionally. Real spirituality naturally integrates thoughtfully. Real community collectively cares responsibly. Let's embrace Saudi Arabia's quiet wisdom, not culturally, but universally. Let's strengthen America with deeper hospitality, family bonds, elder respect, quiet generosity, patience, spiritual grounding, community responsibility, creative adaptability, humility, and cultural pride. Because perhaps America's strongest future isn't louder innovation, faster technology, flashier celebrities, but quiet, patient, respectful, humble, emotionally resilient, spiritually thoughtful, profoundly human wisdom. Perhaps Saudi Arabia's gentle wisdom quietly endures, patiently teaches, profoundly strengthens. And perhaps this gentle wisdom is exactly what America most needs today. Let's quietly listen, let's humbly learn, let's deeply grow. Because sometimes the loudest lessons aren't loud at all. They're quiet, gentle, patient, respectful, and profoundly, beautifully human.